In a world where a single photograph can make or break a royal reputation, where every thread choice is analyzed by fashion experts, and every color selection sends political messages across continents, one woman has quietly revolutionized what it means to dress like future royalty. She didn't inherit centuries of royal protocol or grow up in palaces with personal stylists. Instead, she learned to navigate the treacherous waters of royal fashion through trial, error, and an innate understanding that her clothes would speak louder than any words she could ever utter. From a middle-class girl who once shopped at high street stores to becoming the most watched and copied woman in fashion, her journey represents something unprecedented in royal history. Every outfit tells a story of diplomacy. Every accessory carries the weight of tradition, and every public appearance becomes a masterclass in soft power politics. But behind the perfectly curated image lies a woman who has managed to honor the past while boldly stepping into the future, creating a new template for what royal style can be in the modern age. This is not just a story about clothes. This is about how one woman's fashion choices have become a language of leadership, a tool of international relations, and a bridge between the ancient institution of monarchy and the contemporary world. Her style evolution mirrors her transformation from commoner to queen-in-waiting, each carefully chosen garment marking another step in her remarkable journey to the throne. What makes her fashion story truly extraordinary is not just what she wears, but how she wears it, when she wears it, and the messages she sends with every single choice. In an era where authenticity is valued above all else, she has mastered the art of being both accessible and aspirational, traditional yet contemporary, diplomatic yet personal. The world watches, fashion critics analyze, and millions of women around the globe attempt to recreate her looks. But beyond the surface glamour lies a strategic mind that understands the true power of royal dressing, the ability to communicate without words, to build bridges across cultures, and to represent an entire nation through the simple act of getting dressed each morning. The morning sun filtered through the tall windows of Kate Middleton's modest flat in Chelsea as she stood before her wardrobe, holding a simple blue wrap dress from a high street retailer. It was 2010, and she had no idea that this particular dress would later be analyzed by fashion historians as the moment when royal dressing changed forever. The young woman who grew up in Bucklebury, helping her parents with their party supply business, was about to step into a world where every thread would be scrutinized and every hem length would make headlines. Kate's understanding of fashion had been shaped by practicality rather than protocol. Her mother, Carol Middleton, had always emphasized the importance of dressing appropriately for each occasion, but their idea of appropriate was vastly different for what the royal family considered suitable. Growing up, Kate learned to mix high street finds with occasional designer pieces, creating looks that were polished but approachable. She developed an eye for classic silhouettes and quality fabrics, choosing pieces that would last rather than following fleeting trends. Her early relationship with Prince William brought its first fashion challenges. Attending university events and polo matches, Kate quickly realized that her usual wardrobe needed strategic updates. She began studying how other royal girlfriends had dressed, not just copying their choices, but understanding the reasoning behind them. She observed how Princess Diana had used fashion to connect with people, how Sophie Rhys-Jones had navigated her transition into royal life, and how European royalty managed to maintain relevance through their clothing choices. The pressure was unlike anything Kate had experienced before. Photographers followed her to work, capturing every outfit change. Fashion blogs dedicated entire posts to identifying her handbags and shoes. The attention was overwhelming, but it also presented an opportunity. Kate began to see fashion not as a burden, but as a tool for communication. Each public appearance became a chance to send subtle messages about her character, her values, and her suitability for royal life. Her first major test came at the wedding of Peter Phillips and Autumn Kelly in 2008. Kate chose a cream-colored Joseph coat that was elegant without being flashy traditional without being stuffy. Fashion experts noted how she managed to honor royal protocol while maintaining her personal style. The choice demonstrated an understanding that royal dressing wasn't about disappearing into the background or making grand statements, but about finding the perfect balance between respect and individuality. As their relationship became more serious, Kate's fashion choices evolved with increasing sophistication. She began working with personal shoppers from luxury department stores, learning about designers she had never encountered before. However, she never abandoned her high street roots. Instead, she developed a signature style that mixed accessible pieces with designer items, creating looks that were aspirational yet attainable for ordinary women. The blue Issa dress she wore for their engagement announcement in 2010 became an instant phenomenon. Within hours of the photographs being released, the dress was sold out across the country. Fashion commentators called it the Kate effect, a term that would become synonymous with her ability to influence global fashion trends. But more than just boosting sales, the dress choice revealed Kate's strategic thinking. The color blue was associated with trust and stability, perfect for a future queen. The wrap style was flattering and feminine without being overly sensual. The choice of a relatively unknown British designer rather than an established luxury house showed support for emerging talent. Behind the scenes, Kate was developing relationships with key figures in the fashion industry. She spent time with stylists, learning about the technical aspects of dressing for photographs and television cameras. She studied how different fabrics moved, how certain colors appeared under various lighting conditions, and how accessories could completely change the impact of an outfit. This wasn't vanity. It was professional development for someone whose appearance would become part of Britain's international image. The engagement period brought new challenges as Kate prepared for life in the spotlight. Royal protocol officers briefed her on appropriate dress codes for various occasions. She learned about the significance of different jewelry pieces, the importance of supporting British fashion, and the diplomatic implications of outfit choices during international visits. Each lesson built upon her natural instincts, creating a comprehensive understanding of fashion as statecraft. Kate's pre-wedding appearances demonstrated her growing confidence in using fashion strategically. At the wedding of friends, she chose outfits that were photographed extensively, but never overshadowed the bride. During charity events, she selected pieces that conveyed appropriate seriousness without appearing somber. For casual public appearances, she mastered the art of looking effortless while actually being meticulously planned. The period leading up to her royal wedding saw Kate transforming from someone who dressed well to someone who understood the language of royal fashion. She studied historical royal wardrobes, learning how queens throughout history had used clothing to project power, femininity, and national pride. She analyzed contemporary royal women, understanding how they used fashion to modernize their monarchies while maintaining tradition. Her relationship with British designers deepened during this time. She began supporting emerging talent alongside established houses, understanding that her choices could make or break careers. This responsibility weighed heavily on her, but she approached it with the same methodical care she applied to other aspects of her royal preparation. Each outfit became a calculated decision that considered not just how she looked, but the message she was sending and the impact on the designers and brand she chose. The transformation wasn't just about clothes. It was about developing a new identity. Kate had to learn to dress for a role she had never imagined growing up, balancing her natural preferences with royal requirements, her comfort with public expectations. She discovered that royal fashion wasn't about personal expression in the traditional sense, but about becoming a living symbol of British style and values. As the wedding date approached, fashion experts worldwide speculated about her dress choice, but Kate's evolution went far deeper than any single garment. She had developed an understanding of fashion as diplomacy, style as service, and clothing as communication. The young woman who once stood in her Chelsea flat holding a simple blue dress had transformed into someone ready to dress for history, understanding that every future appearance would contribute to the visual story of the British monarchy. Her journey from middle-class fashion enthusiasm to royal-style sophistication represented something unprecedented in royal history. Previous royal brides had either been born into aristocracy or had extensive preparation time in protected environments. Kate's transformation happened in public, allowing the world to witness how someone could adapt to royal expectations while maintaining their authentic self. Her approach would soon set new standards for what royal dressing could be in the 21st century, proving that modern royalty could be both traditional and contemporary, accessible yet aspirational. The morning of April 29, 2011, marked more than just a royal wedding. It was the debut of a new kind of royal style icon. As Kate Middleton prepared for her transformation into the Duchess of Cambridge, her wedding dress choice would set the tone for everything that followed. The Sarah Burton-designed Alexander McQueen gown wasn't just a beautiful dress. It was a manifesto about how a modern royal woman could honor tradition while embracing contemporary design. The choice of Alexander McQueen represented a bold statement about British fashion's future. The fashion house, known for its dramatic runway shows and avant-garde designs, might have seemed an unusual choice for a royal bride traditionally expected to choose safe, conservative designers. However, Kate's selection revealed her sophisticated understanding of fashion's cultural significance. Alexander McQueen represented the best of British creativity, innovation, and craftsmanship, exactly the image she wanted to project for her new role. Working with Sarah Burton, Kate developed a dress that would become one of the most copied and analyzed wedding gowns in history. Every detail was carefully considered, from the Carrick-Macross lace that honored traditional Irish craftsmanship to the Victorian-inspired corsetry that created a timeless silhouette. The dress managed to be simultaneously classic and contemporary, royal yet accessible. The 9-foot train was dramatic enough for Westminster Abbey, but not so elaborate as to appear ostentatious during a time of economic uncertainty. The wedding day itself showcased Kate's natural understanding of royal protocol, translated through fashion. Her choice to wear her hair partially down broke decades of royal wedding tradition, but felt authentic to her personal style. The Cartier halo tiara, loaned by the Queen, connected her to royal history, while her minimal makeup and natural styling made her relatable to millions of women watching worldwide. The balance was perfect, creating a new template for royal bride presentation. Following the wedding, Kate's first official royal engagements revealed her strategic approach to royal dressing. Each appearance was carefully calibrated to communicate specific messages about her new role. For her first joint engagement with William in Canada, she chose a series of outfits that paid homage to both British and Canadian symbols. A red Catherine Walker dress honored Canada's flag colors, while maintaining the sophisticated silhouette that was becoming her signature. White dresses for various ceremonies suggested purity and new beginnings, while navy choices projected stability and tradition. The Canadian tour became a masterclass in diplomatic dressing. Kate understood that fashion could serve as a bridge between cultures, showing respect for host countries while maintaining her British identity. Her choice to wear a maple leaf brooch during the visit wasn't just decorative. It was a sophisticated form of cultural diplomacy. Fashion experts noted how she managed to honor Canadian symbolism without appearing costume-like or patronizing, a delicate balance that required considerable skill to achieve. Her growing relationship with British designers became increasingly strategic during this period. Rather than simply choosing established luxury houses, Kate began championing emerging British talent alongside traditional favorites. Her support could transform unknown designers into international names overnight, a power she wielded with careful consideration. She developed a system of alternating between high street and high-end pieces, ensuring her fashion choices remained accessible to ordinary women while supporting the luxury fashion industry. The development of what fashion critics called the Kate uniform wasn't accidental, but carefully cultivated. Her preference for fitted coats, midi-length dresses, and block-heeled shoes created a recognizable silhouette that was both practical and elegant. This consistent approach to dressing served multiple purposes. It created a strong visual identity that made her instantly recognizable in photographs, while also developing a wardrobe system that could be adapted for various occasions without extensive planning. Her color choices during this period demonstrated increasing sophistication in understanding color psychology and cultural significance. Blue remained a favorite, reinforcing associations with trust and stability that benefited the monarchy's image. Red appeared during important ceremonial occasions, connecting her to British national colors and projecting confidence. White suggested new beginnings and purity, particularly effective during her early royal appearances when establishing her credentials as a suitable royal representative. Kate's approach to accessories evolved into a subtle form of storytelling. Her jewelry choices began incorporating pieces with historical significance, connecting her to previous generations of royal women while maintaining her contemporary appeal. The conscious decision to frequently wear pieces belonging to Princess Diana served multiple purposes, honoring William's mother, connecting with public affection for Diana, and demonstrating continuity between royal generations. Her understanding of photography's impact on fashion choices became increasingly sophisticated. Kate learned how different fabrics and colors appeared under various lighting conditions, how certain silhouettes photographed better from different angles, and how accessories could provide visual interest in formal portraits. This technical knowledge allowed her to dress specifically for the camera while maintaining natural elegance in person. The international media attention surrounding her fashion choices created both opportunities and challenges. Every outfit was analyzed by fashion experts worldwide, creating pressure to constantly innovate while maintaining consistency. Kate developed strategies for managing this attention, including working with trusted stylists who understood both royal protocol and media requirements. She learned to balance public expectations with personal comfort, finding ways to honor fashion tradition while expressing her individual taste. Her growing confidence in fashion diplomacy became evident during subsequent international tours. Each overseas visit required wardrobe planning that considered cultural sensitivities, climate requirements, and diplomatic messages. Kate's choice to incorporate subtle nods to host countries' traditional colors or symbols while maintaining her British identity demonstrated sophisticated understanding of fashion's role in international relations. The establishment of what became known as Kate's rules emerged during this period. These unwritten guidelines included always carrying a clutch to maintain elegant hand positioning, choosing nude hosiery to elongate the leg line, and selecting pieces that wouldn't create wardrobe malfunctions during public appearances. These practical considerations became part of her fashion methodology, ensuring she could focus on her royal duties without worrying about clothing mishaps. Her relationship with the British fashion industry deepened into genuine partnership. Kate began attending fashion shows and industry events, understanding the commercial and cultural importance of fashion to the British economy. Her appearances at these events weren't just social obligations, but strategic support for an industry where her influence had become economically significant. The Kate effect was generating millions in sales for designers and retailers, making her fashion choices a matter of national economic interest. The evolution of her evening wear during this period showed increasing confidence in formal royal dressing. Her choices for state dinners and gala events demonstrated understanding of how formal royal fashion differed from everyday royal dressing. These occasions required more elaborate styling, incorporating tiaras and formal jewelry that connected her to royal tradition while showcasing contemporary design sensibilities. As her second year as Duchess of Cambridge progressed, Kate had established herself as a fashion force capable of influencing global trends while serving royal protocol. Her strategic approach to dressing was creating a new model for modern royal women, proving that authentic personal style could coexist with royal requirements. The foundation she built during this period would support increasingly sophisticated fashion diplomacy as her role within the royal family continued to expand and evolve. The birth of Prince George in 2013 marked a pivotal transformation in Kate's fashion journey, as she navigated the complex challenge of maintaining royal elegance while embracing authentic motherhood. Standing outside the Lindo wing in a simple blue polka dot dress by Ginny Packham, Kate redefined what it meant to be a royal mother in the public eye. The dress choice wasn't accidental. The cheerful polka dots suggested approachability and joy, while the modest silhouette respected the solemnity of introducing a future king to the world. Her post-pregnancy fashion choices challenged decades of royal precedent. Rather than hiding away for extended periods, as royal mothers traditionally did, Kate made strategic public appearances that showcased realistic postpartum dressing. Her willingness to appear in public just hours after giving birth, wearing clothes that flattered her changing figure without attempting to disguise recent motherhood, sent powerful messages about modern royal authenticity. The choice demonstrated confidence in her new role and understanding that contemporary royal motherhood required different approaches than previous generations. The development of her maternity style during subsequent pregnancies revealed Kate's sophisticated understanding of fashion psychology. Her maternity wardrobe avoided the tent-like designs traditionally favored by royal women, instead choosing fitted pieces that celebrated pregnancy while maintaining professional polish. Designers began creating pieces specifically for her changing figure, understanding that royal maternity fashion could influence millions of expectant mothers worldwide. Her collaboration with specific designers deepened into long-term partnerships that would define her royal style for years to come. Alexander McQueen became her go-to choice for major ceremonial occasions, while Ginny Packham handled many of her formal evening appearances. These relationships weren't just about buying clothes. They were creative partnerships where designers understood Kate's requirements and worked to create pieces that served both fashion and diplomatic purposes. The introduction of what fashion experts called diplomatic dressing became increasingly sophisticated as Kate's international profile grew. During the 2014 tour of Australia and New Zealand, her wardrobe choices demonstrated masterful cultural awareness. Yellow dresses honored both countries' sporting colors, while her choice to wear pieces by local designers showed respect for regional fashion industries. The famous blue Catherine Walker dress worn during the Sydney Opera House visit became iconic not just for its beauty, but for its perfect appropriateness to the setting and occasion. Kate's understanding of fashion as economic diplomacy evolved during this period. Her choice to wear pieces by designers from countries she visited could boost local fashion industries overnight. This influence came with responsibility that Kate took seriously, researching designers and understanding the potential impact of her choices on individual careers and national fashion reputations. Her power to transform unknown designers into international names was unprecedented for a royal figure. The development of her sustainable fashion approach began during this period, reflecting growing global awareness of fashion's environmental impact. Kate started re-wearing pieces strategically, showing that even royal women could embrace sustainable fashion practices. Her repeated wearing of favorite pieces sent messages about quality over quantity, investment dressing over fast fashion. This approach resonated with environmentally conscious consumers while demonstrating that royal style could be both luxurious and responsible. Her mastery of occasion-appropriate dressing reached new heights during this period. State banquets required different styling than garden parties, which required different approaches than charity galas. Kate developed what stylists called the royal wardrobe system, where different categories of events had specific styling protocols. This systematic approach ensured she was always appropriately dressed while maintaining her consistent aesthetic across various royal responsibilities. The evolution of her relationship with British millinery during this period showcased another dimension of royal fashion diplomacy. Her collaboration with hat makers like Jane Taylor and Philip Tracy elevated hat wearing from royal obligation to fashion statement. Her hats became conversation pieces that complemented her outfits while honoring British millinery tradition. The choice to work primarily with British milliners supported traditional crafts while showcasing contemporary design innovation. Her growing confidence in formal jewelry, wearing demonstrated understanding of royal jewelry's symbolic significance. Each piece she wore carried historical weight and diplomatic meaning. Her choice to wear specific tiaras or necklaces for particular occasions sent subtle messages about continuity, tradition, and her place within royal hierarchy. Learning to wear these significant pieces naturally while understanding their cultural importance required both fashion knowledge and historical awareness. The strategic use of color during this period became increasingly sophisticated. Kate learned how different colors appeared in various settings and lighting conditions, how certain shades photographed better for specific occasions, and how color choices could reinforce or undermine diplomatic messages. Her color palette expanded beyond early favorites to include bold choices that demonstrated growing confidence while maintaining appropriate royal restraint. Her approach to evening wear evolved into true red carpet sophistication during this period. State dinners and royal galas required dramatic styling that showcased formal royal glamour while maintaining Kate's approachable elegance. Working with designers on custom pieces for these occasions allowed for perfect fit and appropriate dramatic impact. These formal appearances became opportunities to showcase British fashion at its finest while representing contemporary royal style. The introduction of more casual royal dressing reflected changing expectations for royal accessibility. Kate's choices for informal public appearances, school visits, and sporting events demonstrated that royal fashion could be relatable without losing dignity. Her ability to look polished while wearing accessible brands made her a style icon for ordinary women while maintaining royal prestige. Her understanding of seasonal dressing evolved beyond basic weather considerations to include cultural and ceremonial appropriateness. Spring appearances featured lighter colors and fabrics that suggested renewal and optimism. Autumn events showcased richer tones that complemented Britain's changing seasons while projecting stability and warmth. This attention to seasonal appropriateness enhanced her connection to British cultural rhythms while creating natural variety in her public image. The development of her signature accessories approach during this period created lasting impact on fashion trends. Her preference for clutch bags over larger handbags influenced women's accessory choices worldwide. Her consistent choice of nude hosiery set new standards for formal dressing. Her approach to jewelry layering, combining modern and vintage pieces, created new paradigms for contemporary formal styling. Kate's growing expertise in photography-specific styling became evident in official portraits and formal photographs. She understood how different styling choices affected photographic outcomes, how certain poses worked better with specific outfit types, and how accessories could provide visual interest in formal portraits. This technical knowledge allowed her to collaborate effectively with photographers while ensuring her fashion choices enhanced rather than distracted from official imagery. The establishment of her global fashion influence during this period transformed her from British royal figure to international style icon. Fashion magazines worldwide featured her looks regularly, while designers sought her patronage as career-defining recognition. Her influence extended beyond clothing to beauty standards, lifestyle choices, and consumer behavior patterns that affected multiple industries globally. As Kate's third year as a mother concluded, she had successfully established a fashion framework that could adapt to changing roles while maintaining consistent excellence. Her approach to royal dressing had evolved from following protocol to creating new standards that balance tradition with contemporary relevance. The foundation she built during this period would support even greater fashion diplomacy as her international profile continued growing. The period from 2016 to 2019 witnessed Kate's evolution into a true fashion diplomat, as her growing confidence and international stature allowed for increasingly bold and strategic sartorial choices. Her fashion decisions during this era transcended mere clothing selection, becoming sophisticated tools of soft power diplomacy that enhanced Britain's cultural influence worldwide. Each public appearance represented carefully orchestrated visual messaging that supported broader royal and national objectives. Her approach to international tours during this period demonstrated mastery of cultural fashion diplomacy. The 2016 tour of India and Bhutan showcased her ability to honor host cultures while maintaining her distinctive style identity. Her choice to wear pieces inspired by traditional Indian and Bhutanese designs, created by British designers, represented sophisticated cultural bridge building through fashion. The decision to work with British designers who incorporated local design elements allowed her to show respect for host cultures while supporting British fashion industry, creating win-win scenarios that enhanced diplomatic relationships. The famous blue and white Naeem Khan dress worn during the Taj Mahal visit became iconic not just for its beauty, but for its cultural sensitivity and historical awareness. The choice to honor Princess Diana's memory through fashion while creating her own moment demonstrated Kate's understanding of how fashion could connect past and present, personal and political. The dress choice showed respect for royal history while establishing her own identity as a royal woman capable of creating her own significant moments. Her growing relationship with sustainable fashion during this period reflected both personal values and strategic awareness of changing consumer expectations. Kate began incorporating vintage and reworn pieces more frequently, demonstrating that royal fashion could embrace environmental responsibility without sacrificing style. Her decision to wear her grandmother's jewelry alongside contemporary pieces created visual narratives about family history, tradition, and continuity that resonated beyond fashion circles. The development of her pregnancy style during her third pregnancy showcased mastery of maternity dressing that influenced expectant mothers globally. Rather than hiding her changing figure, Kate chose pieces that celebrated pregnancy while maintaining professional polish. Her collaboration with designers on maternity-specific pieces demonstrated understanding that royal maternity fashion could set new standards for working mothers worldwide. The approach influenced fashion industry approaches to maternity, where encouraging designers to create more sophisticated options for professional women. Her strategic use of British designers during this period became increasingly sophisticated, with choices that supported both established houses and emerging talent. Kate's patronage could transform unknown designers into international names, a power she wielded carefully to support British fashion's global reputation. Her decision to mix high street pieces with luxury items maintained accessibility while showcasing the full spectrum of British fashion excellence. The evolution of her evening wear during this period demonstrated growing confidence in formal royal glamour. State dinners and royal galas became opportunities to showcase dramatic styling that honored royal tradition while expressing contemporary sophistication. Her collaboration with designers on custom gowns for these occasions resulted in pieces that became part of royal fashion history, influencing formal wear trends worldwide while maintaining appropriate royal dignity. Kate's mastery of color psychology reached new sophistication during this period, with choices that reinforced diplomatic messages and enhanced her public image. Her use of specific colors during particular types of engagements created visual consistency that enhanced royal messaging. Green choices during environmental events reinforced sustainability messages, while blue selections during formal occasions projected stability and trustworthiness that enhanced royal credibility. Her approach to accessories evolved into sophisticated storytelling through jewelry and handbags. Each piece was chosen for multiple meanings, connecting personal significance with public messaging. Her decision to wear specific jewelry pieces during particular events created layers of meaning that enhanced media coverage and public engagement. The strategic mixing of inherited pieces with contemporary selections created visual narratives about royal continuity and modernization. The development of what fashion experts called the Cambridge effect during this period demonstrated Kate's economic influence on global fashion markets. Her choices could influence not just individual designers, but entire retail sectors, from luxury goods to high street fashion. This influence came with responsibility that Kate managed carefully, understanding that her fashion choices had real economic impact on designers, retailers, and fashion workers worldwide. Her growing expertise in occasion-specific styling became evident in her ability to dress appropriately for increasingly diverse royal engagements. Children's hospital visits required different approaches than state banquets, which required different styling than sporting events. Kate developed nuanced understanding of how fashion could enhance her effectiveness in various royal roles, choosing pieces that supported her ability to connect with different audiences while maintaining royal dignity. The strategic use of fashion to support her charitable interests became increasingly sophisticated during this period. Kate learned how specific styling choices could enhance media coverage of her patronages, ensuring that fashion attention translated into meaningful publicity for important causes. Her decision to wear pieces by designers who supported similar causes created additional layers of meaning that enhanced her charitable impact. Her understanding of seasonal dressing evolved beyond weather considerations to include cultural and ceremonial appropriateness that honored British traditions while remaining contemporary. Her Christmas and Easter appearances showcased understanding of how fashion could enhance seasonal royal traditions while maintaining relevance for modern audiences. This approach influenced how other royal family members approached seasonal dressing, creating new templates for contemporary royal style. The development of her signature silhouettes during this period created lasting influence on women's fashion trends. Her preference for fitted coats and midi-length dresses influenced retail fashion development, with designers creating Kate-inspired pieces that brought royal style to ordinary consumers. This influence extended beyond clothing to beauty standards and lifestyle choices that affected multiple consumer sectors. Her growing confidence in photography-specific styling became evident in official portraits and media appearances. Kate understood how different styling choices affected photographic outcomes, how certain poses worked better with specific outfit types, and how accessories could enhance or detract from official imagery. This technical knowledge allowed her to collaborate effectively with photographers while ensuring her fashion choices supported rather than overshadowed official royal messaging. The establishment of long-term designer relationships during this period created consistency that enhanced her style identity while supporting British fashion industry development. These partnerships went beyond simple client relationships to become creative collaborations that influence fashion design trends. Designers began creating pieces specifically with Kate's requirements in mind, resulting in innovations that influenced broader fashion industry approaches to formal and professional wear. Her approach to trend adoption became increasingly selective during this period, with choices that enhanced her established style identity rather than following every fashion development. Kate learned to incorporate contemporary trends in ways that felt authentic to her personal style while maintaining royal appropriateness. This approach influenced how fashion-conscious women approach trend adoption, emphasizing personal style development over temporary fashion following. The evolution of her international fashion influence during this period transformed her from British style icon to global fashion authority. International fashion magazines regularly featured her choices, while global retailers sought to recreate her looks for worldwide markets. Her influence extended beyond clothing to lifestyle and beauty standards that affected consumer behavior across multiple countries and cultures. As this transformative period concluded, Kate had established herself as a fashion diplomat capable of using style to enhance British cultural influence worldwide. Her approach to royal dressing had evolved into sophisticated strategic communication that supported both royal objectives and broader national interests. The expertise she developed during this period would support even more significant fashion diplomacy as her role within the royal family continued to expand and her influence reached unprecedented international levels. The period from 2020 onwards marked Kate's transformation into a fashion leader whose choices would define royal style for future generations. As global events reshaped public expectations of leadership and authenticity, Kate's fashion evolution reflected her growing stature as a senior royal prepared to one day become queen. Her approach to dressing during this era demonstrated sophisticated understanding of how fashion could serve leadership, diplomacy, and cultural influence in an increasingly complex world. The pandemic period presented unprecedented challenges for royal fashion, as traditional formal events gave way to video calls and socially distanced engagements. Kate's adaptation to this new reality showcased her understanding that royal fashion must evolve with changing circumstances while maintaining dignity and purpose. Her choices for virtual engagements demonstrated awareness that upper body styling became crucial when formal events moved online, leading to increased focus on jewelry, blouses, and blazers that photographed effectively in video format. Her strategic approach to supporting British fashion during economic uncertainty revealed the depth of her understanding about fashion's economic significance. Kate's conscious choice to wear pieces by British designers struggling during lockdowns provided vital publicity that helped sustain businesses through difficult periods. Her decision to re-wear favorite pieces sent messages about sustainability and mindful consumption that resonated with audiences facing their own economic challenges. The development of what fashion historians would later call empathy dressing emerged during this period, as Kate's choices reflected awareness of appropriate messaging during times of national difficulty. Her selection of more modest pieces during hospital visits and memorial events demonstrated understanding that royal fashion must be sensitive to context and audience circumstances. This approach influenced how other royal family members approached dressing during challenging periods, establishing new protocols for crisis communication through clothing. Her growing expertise in video-appropriate styling became evident as royal duties increasingly moved online. Kate learned how different colors and patterns appeared on screen, how jewelry could provide visual interest without creating distractions, and how backgrounds affected outfit choices. This technical knowledge allowed her to maintain visual impact through virtual platforms while supporting her increasing role in digital royal engagement. The strategic use of fashion to support her expanding charitable portfolio became increasingly sophisticated during this period. Kate's choice to wear specific colors or pieces during charity engagements created additional layers of meaning that enhanced media coverage and public awareness of important causes. Her decision to wear pieces by designers who shared her charitable interests created partnerships that extended beyond fashion into meaningful social impact. Her approach to formal occasions during this period demonstrated mastery of contemporary royal glamour that honored tradition while embracing modern sophistication. The 2021 Earthshot Prize ceremony showcased her ability to create show-stopping moments that supported environmental messaging through sustainable fashion choices. Her decision to re-wear a stunning Alexander McQueen gown sent powerful messages about luxury fashion's environmental responsibility while maintaining the visual drama appropriate for such occasions. The evolution of her relationship with historical royal fashion during this period showed increasing confidence in connecting past and present through clothing choices. Kate's selection of pieces that referenced previous royal women while maintaining contemporary relevance created visual narratives about royal continuity and modernization. Her ability to honor royal fashion tradition while creating her own distinctive style identity demonstrated sophisticated understanding of how fashion could serve both personal expression and institutional requirements. Her growing international influence during this period transformed her from British royal figure to global style authority whose choices affected international fashion markets and diplomatic relationships. Fashion weeks worldwide featured interpretations of her styling approaches, while international designers sought her patronage as ultimate recognition of creative excellence. Her influence extended beyond fashion to beauty standards and lifestyle choices that affected consumer behavior across multiple continents. The development of her signature approach to casual royal dressing during this period created new templates for accessible royal style. Kate's choices for informal public appearances demonstrated that royal fashion could be relatable without losing dignity or appropriateness. Her ability to look polished while wearing accessible brands, made her a style inspiration for ordinary women while maintaining the aspirational qualities essential for effective royal representation. Her mastery of cultural sensitivity in fashion choices reached new heights during international engagements, with selections that honored host cultures while maintaining her distinctive British identity. The 2022 Caribbean tour showcased her ability to navigate complex cultural and political sensitivities through thoughtful fashion diplomacy. Her choices acknowledged historical complexities while projecting contemporary British values, demonstrating sophisticated understanding of fashion's role in international relations. The strategic use of sustainable fashion practices during this period reflected both personal values and awareness of changing consumer expectations regarding environmental responsibility. Kate's increased rewearing of pieces, choice of vintage accessories, and support for sustainable designers influenced global fashion industry approaches to environmental responsibility. Her example encouraged both luxury consumers and fashion businesses to embrace more sustainable practices. Her approach to supporting emerging designers during this period demonstrated understanding of her influence on career development and industry innovation. Kate's patronage could transform unknown talents into international names, a power she wielded carefully to support fashion innovation while maintaining quality standards appropriate for royal representation. This influence encouraged creativity and risk-taking in British fashion while ensuring her own style remained consistently excellent. The evolution of her photography-specific styling reached professional levels during this period, with choices that enhanced official portraits and media appearances while supporting broader royal messaging objectives. Kate's understanding of how different styling choices affected photographic outcomes allowed her to collaborate effectively with photographers, while ensuring her fashion choices supported rather than overshadowed important royal communications. Her growing confidence in trend adaptation during this period demonstrated selective approach that enhanced established style identity rather than following every fashion development. Kate learned to incorporate contemporary elements in ways that felt authentic to her personal aesthetic while maintaining royal appropriateness. This approach influenced fashion-conscious women worldwide, emphasizing personal style development over temporary trend following. The establishment of what fashion experts call the Kate legacy during this period created lasting influence on royal fashion standards and global style expectations. Her approach to royal dressing had evolved into sophisticated strategic communication that served multiple purposes simultaneously: personal expression, cultural diplomacy, economic influence, and institutional representation. The methodology she developed would influence royal fashion for generations while establishing new standards for contemporary leadership communication through clothing. Her preparation for eventual queenship became evident in fashion choices that demonstrated readiness for the ultimate royal role. Kate's increasing comfort with formal royal jewelry, her mastery of ceremonial dressing, and her sophisticated approach to diplomatic styling showed comprehensive preparation for future responsibilities. Her fashion evolution had transformed her from someone who dressed appropriately into someone whose clothing choices would define royal style for future generations. As this remarkable fashion journey continued to unfold, Kate had established herself as more than a style icon. She had become a fashion diplomat whose choices influenced global trends while serving British interests and royal institutional needs. Her approach to royal dressing had created new paradigms that balanced tradition with innovation, accessibility with aspiration, and personal expression with public service. The expertise she developed would support her future role as queen while continuing to influence how leadership, diplomacy, and cultural representation could be enhanced through thoughtful, strategic fashion choices that honored the past while embracing future possibilities.